Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gary and I'm back with another tutorial to try to make guitar playing and singing a little bit easier. I recorded a couple of tutorial videos around the time of the pandemic when suddenly work changed for everybody, and I decided to try recording some tutorial videos to see if they would be of any use to anyone. And I've been really pleasantly surprised by how well received they were and how helpful you found them. So thank you for watching them and for leaving comments. I've been uploading covers on YouTube for a long time, and I've recently moved to Twitch. So around the same time as I was doing those tutorial videos, I was also discovering live streaming. And that is one of the reasons that I haven't done any more tutorial videos. It's been a couple of years since I uploaded my last one, and I have been meaning to make some more, and I finally have some time again, which I'm really pleased about. There were some really great questions in the comments that have given me some good understanding about what videos to make next. And one of the questions came in quite recently, but I think I've seen it before as well, so I thought I would address this one today. In one of the videos, I was talking about how to find the right key for your voice. And we talked a lot about using the capo, and, essentially, to tell a long story short, move the capo up and you might find a better key. But it's not always as simple as that, and I do know that. So today we're actually going to be talking about trying to find a key that is lower than the original key. Now, why would you want to change a key to make it lower? It could be that by the time you get to the chorus in the song, for example, that one of the notes or a few of the notes in the chorus, they're just constantly too high and challenging for your voice style, and you feel like you're making a mess of it. You feel like you're scared of that big note coming up because you know you're going to just sound like you're shouting badly. Shall I give you an example of what that might sound like? Would you like to hear me shout badly? I'll use an example of Ed Sheeran's song Perfect. Ed Sheeran's songs can sometimes be really high. His particular voice style, he's really comfortable in singing in quite high ranges of his voice. If you take a song like Perfect, it's in the song A flat. And so you'll often go to Ultimate Guitar and you'll see the chord chart saying put the capo on the first fret and play a G. And that G turns into an A flat or a G sharp. And so you can be singing the song, I found a love for me, yada yada. It's all going quite well. The verse section sounds quite nice depending on your voice, and then you get to the chorus, baby I'm dancing in the, and you're like, oh, for goodness sake, I wanted to sing that note so nicely, and you just feel like you can't do it. So what do you do if you want to get into a lower key and the chord chart already says that? Of course, step one, you could try making it lower by taking the capo down by 1, but I got the impression from some of the YouTube comments that, what if that's not enough? What if you need to go lower? Because you still get to that chorus and you're going, dancing in the, and you're thinking to yourself, 1 isn't enough. I need to go lower so that I'm more comfortable in the chorus, and sometimes that's what you need. So I'm going to show you. So here we are at Ultimate Guitar, a really fantastic website for getting your chords from. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this website. So say we want to sing Perfect by Ed Sheeran, and we've loaded up a chord chart. It says capo first fret, key A flat. That means that when we pop the capo on the first fret and we play the first chord that it says, G, that means we're actually playing A flat. I found a love, exactly the key that Ed Sheeran does it in. But for whatever reason, you need it in a lower key. Maybe you just can't sing as high as Ed Sheeran can comfortably, or maybe you've got a cold that day and you've got a gig that evening. And you know that just moving it maybe 2 or 3 steps lower will be enough so that you can still hit that top note even when you're feeling a bit poorly. And so first things first, you might just take the capo off and still play it in G and see how you get on. But you might still find that that note is too high because only 1/2 step might not be enough. By the time we get to this chorus, baby, I'm dead. That note might be too high for you depending on your voice style. It might sound a bit like, baby, I'm dancing in the... And you might feel really silly, like me. So, what do? We can't take the capo any lower. We haven't got any more room to go that way. So what do? Well, have you ever noticed the transpose section of ultimate guitar? We can go minus. So you could try moving this down until you get some chords that you understand. Now, depending on your level of guitar ability and knowledge right now, some of these things might be too difficult. So for example, this one is in F sharp. It's going to require lots of bar chords. Cause we were just kids when we fell. F sharp is going to go to D sharp minor, which is here. Then to B. This time, darling, just yada yada. So you would have to have a good knowledge of your bar chords. I can do another video all about getting familiar with your bar chords another time. But for today, I'm aiming this video more at some people who are between beginner level and intermediate level, and maybe trying to keep up with bar chords like that is going to be too tricky, and constant bar chords may be just a bit too much for your hand at this stage. So what else can we do? There are other options. Don't give up just yet. Keep doing the minus until you get to some chords that are familiar. So this one doesn't look too bad. F. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. So there are still 2 bar chords to do there, F and A sharp, that you might feel more comfortable calling B flat. But because it's got the C and the D minor, it's a little bit more manageable. And we are getting lower, so you might get to that chorus. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. And you might be getting there and thinking, oh, this key is better for me. But what if this is still a bit too challenging guitar-wise? Which could happen because of the A sharp and the F, and this isn't familiar for me and I want to be able to focus on my singing. What else can we do? Keep pressing minus until you get to a key that is more familiar. For example, C. You'll notice that all of the chords, when we've gone to -7, all of these chords look quite familiar. C, A minor, F, C, G. Now this will be a lot lower. This will be -7. So let's see what that sounds like. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. So, depending on your voice type, depending on what kind of style you're going for as well, that key might be the right key for you, or it might now feel too low, of course. But you can now use your capo to bring that low key up. So remember that we were originally using the shapes in the key of G. And so we've taken it down to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's our C. So we've got all that room to play with the capo climbing back up. So for example, I could pop the capo now on the 3rd fret play these chords that are in front of me, C, A minor, F, and G, and I'm actually now playing in the key of E flat, which might be the sweet spot for your voice. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms. If that's still too high, you could try capo 2. If that's still too low, you could go up, try capo 5. You've got lots of room to play with, because to get to A flat, you'd have to move your C chord all the way, your capo, all the way up to capo 5, 6, 7, 8, up to capo 8 to get back to where we were earlier. I found a love. That's the key that we started in. This is the same as capo 1, G. I found a love. I found a love. Same chord. This is A flat, but I'm using a C shape with the capo on the 6th, 7th, 8th fret. Capo on the 8th fret gives me an A flat chord. Capo on the 1st fret, using a G shape, also gives me A flat. So you've got lots of room to play with, is what I'm saying. This is bloody making sense. So let's use another example of Dakota by Stereophonics. So it's saying capo 4th fret. So it's already giving us some room. So this one might be easier to deal with. I remember that this song is quite high. Thinking of you, summertime, think it was June. Sounds okay, but when I get to the chorus, you made me feel like the one, made me feel like the one. Depending on where your voice is, how poorly you're feeling, that note might feel quite high. Me personally, I would like that for my own voice today a little bit lower. Haven't really warmed up. Even if I have warmed up, it still might be a smidgen high for my voice type. So we've obviously got lots of room to play with. I could go down to capo 2, for example. You made me feel like the one, made me feel like the one. And that's already better for my voice. But what I'm hearing from you guys in the YouTube comments is that sometimes, even when I take the capo completely off, it's still not low enough. Maybe you've got a proper baritone or bass voice. You made me feel like the one. Maybe that key still feels too high, and you're thinking, I want to be able to go even lower. Where can I go from here? So we use the same technique. Keep pressing the plus or the minus until you get to some chords that you feel you can comfortably play. So the most obvious example of that would be to get to this key here of G. Now we've gone -5 to get there, so that's a lot lower already. So this might be too low, but try it out, especially the verses. Thinking back, thinking of you, summertime, think it was June. Yeah, I think it was June. Now if you've got a really bassy voice, that might be perfect for you, and good luck. Off your trot. But it might be too low for other people. But we've got all of that room to play with now because we went -5. So you could try capo 1, 2, 3, 4. See how you get on with those. So now let's go, for example, for my voice, I might try capo 3 now. And it'll be this. Thinking back, thinking of you, summertime, think it was June. Yeah, I think it was June. Very comfortable version. If I was feeling a bit poorly, this might be good. Laying back, head on the grass, chewing gum, having some laughs. Yeah, having some laughs. Let's try the chorus. You made me feel like the one, made me feel like the one. And there we go. I know I can hit all the notes. It makes me feel more comfortable and I've got room to play with. Okay, thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope you found that helpful. Please let me know if you have any more questions. I'm happy to make more videos on these sorts of topics if it's helpful to you. There were lots of comments in my videos from before asking about strumming patterns. So I am planning on making some videos about strumming patterns in the future. If you're interested to hear more of what I do, the best place to find me is on Twitch. twitch.tv/Gary Lucas Music. I play live streams there that are several hours long, normally around 3 hours long, so it's kind of like a radio show. And I play somewhere between 15 and 24 songs each stream, covers and originals. And there's lots of lovely people there in the chat that you can get to know. And you can ask me questions to do with what key I'm putting the song into if you want to. I'm very happy to answer those questions live as well. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye bye bye.